Let's say you ran Marvel Comics and you saw that you had an epic success in Deadpool and Wolverine, which is looking to earn $450 million over the weekend. They did one thing right, and it's pretty obvious. After all the string of failures that the MCU's had by trying to force these weird diversity hires, diversity characters onto everything, to change the Marvel Universe, to make it new for modern audiences, all of that failed because audiences want one thing out of a superhero movie. And these are superhero movies. They want action, they want adventure, they want the classic characters they love, and they want fun. It's pretty simple. Now, I haven't seen this yet. I've been watching the reviews, and it gives all of the above. Maybe it's not the deepest movie ever or anything like that, but it is fun, and it does give the audiences what they want. Now, back to Marvel Comics, you'd think, okay, cool, let's really capitalize off this and make the Deadpool and Wolverine brand really work. But if you've noticed something over the years when these movies have come out, Marvel really never offers anything that actually gives the movie-going audiences what they want. They do quite the opposite, and they double down on weird DEI replacement characters every single time. And this happened back even when, Avengers was in its full swing. That's when Marvel really made its big push. You couldn't get a Captain America book without looking at Captain America the Nazi. You couldn't get an Iron Man book without seeing Riri Williams, the black female replacement. You couldn't get a Spider-Man book without it being Miles Morales. You couldn't get a Thor book without it being a woman. And so you'd walk into a store if you're a moviegoer trying to learn more about these comic characters and be interested in the new comic books and the like, and Marvel had nothing to offer you. That you'd look at the stands and go, this isn't the same thing. This isn't what I wanted. And that's what they've tried to turn the MCU into. They saw that was a failure. And they're doing the same thing in the comics now. It's unbelievable. They actually view these movies as a way to push their agenda rather than actually trying to make comics that will service the fans that they could potentially bring in. It's mind-bogglingly stupid. But these people who are in charge at Marvel Comics are mind-boggling stupid, and we'll get into this in just a moment. I'm a comic creator, my friends, and I have my own universe. This is a wonderful replacement for like Disney Star Wars, Warhammer 40K. It is called the Terran Imperium Chronicles, and it's a full line. So this one is Ayla Rin, agent of Terra Prime, and it is a book called The Hidden Emperor. The Emperor of Humanity has been kidnapped, replaced by a clone who's making terrible decisions on the behalf of the Imperium. It's going to hurt humanity. Ayla Rin has to uncover a plot to figure out what's going on from the evil Scorpio Alliance. We're closing in on $20,000. As you can see, we offered action-adventure fun, much like Deadpool Wolverine, and good heroism, just like a straightforward story, and people liked it. Very simple. And we're building something out of this that's so awesome. I just got the script done for my fully male Space Marine team, which is going to be the next book that dovetails out of this. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait till we have a full line of these books to compete because, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. And please join us, support our channel, get into the description below and grab this. And gosh, Deadpool. Let's get into the news. So as Marvel has the biggest movie they've had in years come out, starring Deadpool, instead of launching as many Deadpool books as possible, trying to get everybody in on Wade and Wolverine, I'd do a straight-up Deadpool and Wolverine book right now. They announced that they're going to be killing Deadpool and replacing him with his daughter, a female character, every single time. And so at this point, you have to think it's intentional. You have to think that they are not actually trying to service the fans at all. They're not actually paying attention, or they are paying attention. I think they are definitely paying attention. I think they're looking at it and they're going, you know what? People are looking at Deadpool. What we're going to do is we're going to provide a diversity to Deadpool because we have people looking. And that's going to make our diversity thing more popular and sell better than it would have otherwise. And we can get these moviegoers in on our agenda. I think they're that cynical about it. And they're very wrong because anybody goes into a comic shop and sees this nonsense, they're going to be like, well, where's my actual Deadpool book? Is there an actual one? We got the same thing going on in Daredevil right now, too, like where Elektra, who's a great character on her own, I don't know why they'd need to do this, is literally wearing a Daredevil costume, and there's a book just literally called Daredevil, but it's Elektra. So there's two Daredevil books. It's super confusing. They don't call her She-Daredevil or Daredevil Woman or something to differentiate it. They just give her the name to make her a replacement, and it's very, very weird. And so you see this going on all the way across the line. This gets announced at San Diego Comic-Con, which is going on right now. And you got to think, I mean, oh my gosh, it's painful. And we know exactly what's going to happen here. Screen Rant, of course, is excited about this. Deadpool's daughter is officially becoming the new Merc with a mouth following his upcoming death. So yes, that's the thing to do, my friends. When you have a movie out with a very popular character, just kill him off and get rid of him. Replace him with a new character. What a great idea. Oh my gosh, it's painful. Deadpool's latest series has now been making waves with fans as he's lost his healing factor, setting up his official death. And like I said, they knew this movie's coming out. Like, I mean, the movies take longer to come out with comic books. You can get a comic book done in 3 months. Movies take 2-3 years on this level. So they know that they're hyping up at this level, and they're like, what are we going to do at this point? Well, let's kill him off and replace him. I mean, it's just, it's so stupid. It's absolutely crazy. This is exactly why comic sales are in the tank. And if you've not been following what's going on in the comic industry lately, last year ended with a big slip, some of their lowest numbers ever. The opening quarter of this year had an even bigger slip going on, and it's because there's nothing for fans to latch onto. The only thing that's keeping things going is Ultimate Spider-Man, and sure enough, Ultimate Spider-Man does the one thing that everybody wants. They make Peter Parker married to Mary Jane with children, and they give some fans what they want out of a character. For decades. Imagine that. It's the one book that's doing well for Marvel. Everything else is just this crap as well. DC is like circling the drain. They're on their last ditch efforts at this point, and I'm hearing if this doesn't work, they're just going to be throwing in the towel and licensing things out to other people. That's how dire things are. But the same people are still in charge of all this stuff. The same people run the X offices who have been running it for the last 10 years, running it into the ground. All the X-Men stuff is impossible to read. They even just did a relaunch of it with X-Men, and instead of just like starting off with like a new thing that's very simple to follow, they just kind of follow up on the past 10 years of storylines, which have been just a cluster to begin with. And then they did something really stupid, guys. If you didn't hear about this, they are replacing the last page of the books with a QR code. So instead of reading the full book, you can't complete and actually read the books. You have to scan a QR code and get in there, and and that QR code. Let me see if I can pull up what this looks like for you guys. Gives you the last page of the book on your phone. And okay, no QR code on here, but this is the last page of that X-Men book right there, which you can get anyway. They claimed it was to help people avoid spoilers online, and obviously that didn't work. And it's absolutely a crazy thing. So people, I guess, they're saying piracy is the main issue in the comic industry. I don't think so. I don't think people are reading. That's the main issue, because who wants this, right? So now they've got their weird QR code thing, which is making it difficult to read comic books, like making you have to like work to do this. As a collector, you don't even get the full story in your book anymore. You're missing a page. Wow, that's cool. And then they're changing the characters and swapping them out again. Absolutely weird stuff. So her name's Ellie Camacho. She'll be replacing her father once he dies, right as the movie's coming out. It's written by somebody named Cody Ziegler. I don't know who that is. And there's probably a reason why. Absolutely crazy. So here's all the deals that they're putting out with this. Her outfit keeps the classics but makes it her own. And this is kind of like what they like to do. We're going to subvert expectations, make it our own. These people aren't satisfied writing Deadpool because they're like, I want to do my own thing. And so they do these subversion characters intentionally rather than actually do this kind of crap. And so they don't provide the stories that people want. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you can just look at the MCU and just be like, it's so easy. I just make me editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics already, CB Sapolsky. You're doing such a bad job. They did this with Ultimate X-Men too, where like the Ultimate X-Men aren't X-Men at all. They're these random girls from Japan trying to capture an anime audience with a fully female team. It's like, why are you doing this? But it's just an agenda. And so the politics just usurp everything that's going on in the actual comics. And so that's where they start. That's what they want to force down people's throats. And unfortunately, it just like people just tune out because like, why would I go pick up a Deadpool book when it's not Deadpool? It's that simple. If they want to make their own characters, they could try that, but they never do that. And they never do a good job of it either. They just let them flail in the wind and then don't give them any support. And I can't think of any new character that's really gone anywhere in the last 10 years. I mean, they've really forced Miles Morales. I don't think Miles Morales has as much popularity as they pretend it does. They made a decent movie with it, with the Spider-Verse stuff.
But still, I don't really see anybody picking up Miles Morales comics and being excited about it either. It was kind of a forced thing, right? But then again, they just label it Spider-Man, right? You've got a Spider-Man book, and then it doesn't have Spider-Man in it. It's got this other guy. It's the exact same thing they're doing here. I don't know what the answer is, but obviously the House of Ideas is a house of bad ideas at this point. They didn't say they were good ones, and this is just another example of that in comics. All right, we write way better comics over here in the independent space. We don't have anyone looking over our shoulders. We have the ability to tell the stories we want, unabashed, unfiltered, and we have a beautiful story for you in The Hidden Emperor, guys. So please grab this in the description below. Support independent comics. I can't wait for this to expand into a full line. We are going to just absolutely obliterate them going into the end of 2024 and beyond. Thank you so much for the heavy support so far. You've been amazing. And please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Are you going to be getting Lady Deadpool? We'll be back soon.